Let me just make sure that my microphone is on. I forgot to check. My bad. Oh. Alright. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I had it on. There we go. Okay. I forgot to make sure that my microphone was on. So, that was on me. Okay. Let me just get the live chat on. But anyway, hey guys, Juju22 here, and welcome to Greensboro Brawl. And what's up, Blazed Radio? How's it going, my brother? Let me just get the pop-out chat for me. It's just so that I don't use up too much. But anyway, mic sounds perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Hey guys, Juju22 here, and we are ready for Greensboro Brawl. And basically, to sum it all up, we are featuring mostly the superstars of Jim Crockett Promotions. So each match has at least one alumni from Jim Crockett Promotions. So I'll just run down the card and we'll get started. So first we have the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the NWA champion, taking on the Honky Tonk Man. And then for the NWA's television championship held by Bret Hart, we also have a couple of alumni like Paul Orndorff, Tully Blanchard, the Rock and Roll Express, who else? B. Brian Blair, who did wrestle there, as well as Michael Hayes, as well as a couple of and one person that stands out like a sore thumb, and that would be Bob Ross. And then, of course, we have another Battle Royal, but this time it's to crown another contender. And in the case of Mr. Rogers, who is also the United States champion, if he wins, he'll get himself a shot at the World Championship. And how's it going, McButternugget 1? How's it going, my friend? So, McButternugget 1, meet Blazed Radio, and Blaze, meet my good friend, McButternugget 1. So you guys can say hello. But yeah, we have a couple of alumni in Jake the Snake, among others. And then, let's see. And then, of course, we have a special match that features two alumni in... on the right, you have Larry Sabisco and... What's that? Good, currently uploading a new video right now. Oh, that's awesome. In Larry Zabisco and Ivan Koloff, and they will be taking on two. Yo, McButter, my pleasure. Any friend of TJ's is a friend of mine. You know, McButternugget 1 doesn't make wrestling videos, but he does have a series that is different. And he's great because he's different. He does a lot of collabs, things like that. And, of course, McButternugget, Blaze does wrestling shows, among other things. I just wanted to point that out there. But then the guys on the left are game show legends in Bob Barker and Alex Trebek. And finally, the main event, a grudge match, a pure grudge match between, on the left, Hawk, on the right, Animal. And they have been going at each other for quite a while. And the feud is 2-1 in favor of Animal. If Animal wins, he wins the feud. It's as simple as that. But with that said, let's get started right now. Okay. So we're just going to start the show. And so yeah, everybody else, welcome to the show. I appreciate it. And if we have time, we'll do some bonus matches. Yeah. Yeah, do check each other out, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching this when this is posted. Yeah, Hawk and Animal. This is a feud that has gone back since the last game, WWE 13, if you could believe that. It's been going on for that long. Yeah. But you know something? Hang on a second. Yeah, there we go. Also, let me do this. There you go. And let's see. Oh, Jared, what's up, man? How's it going, Jared? Great to have you on the show, man. Well, not in the show, but on the show, but still. All right, well, let's get started right now. Let's go. Although I'm not... Okay, there we go. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on my pop-up chat. That was kind of weird. You're doing well? Oh, that's wonderful, Jared. I understand that you were playing a couple of RPGs on your own time, you know. And Jared, of course, is another good friend of mine. Loves playing RPGs, does have a channel of his own. He hasn't made anything new, so if anything, this is a good chance to see Jared or watch his stuff, that he has already posted, like, hey, Jared, not Gerard, but I get what you meant. Yeah. Okay. First match, we have Dusty Rhodes and Honky Tonk Man. Law, you misspelled my name. But hey, that anybody can make that mistake. Anybody. And I forgot to turn off the entrances for at least the first 3 matches, but whatever. Okay. But yes, we are live here in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where we are having the show. And we have the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And he defended the championship not too long ago, and it won't be long until he has to defend it again. But right now we have a non-title match to start the show. But while that's happening, all right, I already asked how McButternugget's doing. Jared, how are you doing today? And anybody else that's in the chat that hasn't talked or hasn't said anything. But, excuse me. And then, of course, you have the Honky Tonk Man. Probably one of the more decorated superstars in the WWE, formerly known as the World Wrestling Federation, as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. But as that's happening, let's see. McButternugget 1 is still... he reached... I believe he reached 1,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember not too long ago, he only had 500. And before that, he had like 200. So, yeah, McButternugget 1's moving up in the world. I will say that. And Jared is just enjoying life. And, that's one of the things I enjoy about somebody, is that they enjoy life. Match underway, and a neckbreaker onto Dusty Rhodes to begin the matchup. Then a stop right to the arm of Dusty Rhodes. And what a coup for the Honky Tonk Man if he would somehow win this match. I mean, he would get himself a contendership, or if not close to it, in the rankings. And I'm not sure what... Okay, now wait a minute. Going up to the second rope, but thought better of it. then a neck breaker to the Honky Tonk Man. And of course, being that Dusty Rhodes, the man in polka dots, I mean, of course he's the world champion. He knows what he's doing in there. But for the Honky Tonk Man, the best thing you have to do is, yeah, go for the gut, try to take him down, but try not to get into a fisticuffs with him, at least not standing up, though. You have to try to out-wrestle the man. And I'm surprised Honky Tonk clotheslines him on the top rope, but I was surprised he was able to pick him up, though. But then a clothesline onto the Honky Tonk Man. And yeah, it is a very intense fight, and of course, after the initial show, we'll have some bonus matches towards the end of the show, so do stay tuned, Jared, and do stay tuned, McButternugget, if you're still here. We'll have some bonus matches after this, but this is just the first match. A jawbreaker to the American Dream, and so far the Honky Tonk Man is doing a good job against him. And Ed Ritter, what's up, man? Another one of another friend of me and Blazed, makes wrestling content or streams it. What kind of move was that? Wow, I'm surprised he was able to do that to the American Dream, but oh, and then drops him face first on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. But yeah, how's it going, Ed Ritter? Nice to see you, man. Also does a great show on his own. But of course it's under the a different banner. And Rick XTN, Retro Rick, how's it going, my brother? And now, wait a minute. Honky Tonk Man going for his finishing move. Shake, rattle, and roll. Shake, rattle, and roll onto Dusty Rhodes, but he did not go for the cover. That might be a mistake. But of course, I guess he figures it's not quite enough to beat Dusty Rhodes, so I guess he just wants to hurt him some more. Oh no, wait a minute, he's going for it again. Another shake, rattle, and roll. Is this it? Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! I thought that was it. Well, anyway. Yeah, Blaze Radio and Ed are good friends. And anyway, thanks for coming, Rick. I appreciate you stopping on by. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the show. Oh, thank you, Blaze. I appreciate it. And Honky Tonk Man was going right round, baby, right round. Don't tell me that's enough. 1. No, not even a 1 count. Not even a 1 count. Although, wait. Oh, nice counter by the Honky Tonk Man. Although... Oh, a knee drop, and wait, what's wrong with Dusty Rhodes? And, wow, Dusty has been busted open. Now we got some blood. And Honky Tonk goes off the ropes. And a kick right to the head. 1, 2, no. And of course, Dusty Rhodes has been in this position many times in his career, where he has been in trouble. So he knows what he has to do. And if you're the Honky Tonk Man, you have him right where you want him. You gotta finish the job. Oh, went for a kick. So, oh yeah, and of course, as of the time that we are live streaming this, come on, Dusty, yeah. But as of the time that we're doing this, I understand that a 1 seed has dethroned a 16 seed has dethroned a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. I'm pretty sure you guys can look that up. for the 2018 tournament. 1, 2, no. The men's tournament, I should be more specific. Because I don't know about the women's tournament, but that's what happened. First time ever that it's happened, according to Ed Ritter. Or actually, according to history anyway. Another elbow, and slowly but surely, Dusty's coming back. Nice, I forgot what it's called. 1, 2, oh, fireman's carry drop. If you smell what Taju is cooking. Well, I think you're one era too early, I hate to say, but whatever. Another kick to the back of the head. I mean, how many headshots has Dusty Rhodes taken? Oh, now he's going for it a third time. Shake, rattle, and roll once again. But he's not done with him. And yeah, that's a mistake. You don't want to do that. Although, nice gut wrench suplex. Going into the game, the 16th seed was 0-33 against the number 1 seed. Oh yeah, all time in the tournament, yeah. Ever since it expanded to 16 seeds. 1, 2, and my God, the Honky Tonk Man has won. And I don't know who's calling me. No, that's a private number. Never mind. Okay. But while that was happening, the Honky Tonk Man has just beaten the world champion. So, yeah. Yep, I was live when that was going down. I marked out last night. Wow. Yes. And, I mean, this match was back and forth, but it was Dusty who got busted open and was bleeding. And as far as that was concerned, I mean, Honky Tonk Man, he was relentless, and that's what he had to be. And now he is getting very close to getting an opportunity at the World Championship against Dusty, or whoever the champion is. And you're right, he won't stay down for long. I know he won't, if you will. Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta lose before you can win again. I mean, but Dusty did win his last title defense, and it was against Luigi of the Mario Brothers, if you can believe that. And how's it going, I think you meant to say Scorpion. How's it going, Scorpion? Anyway, let's go to our next match. Let's see. I really hope I turned off the entrances for this one, because this is for the television championship in a battle royal. Actually, let me introduce some of these guys from left to right. Michael Hayes, Ricky Morton, B. Brian Blair, Paul Orendorff, Tully Blanchard of the Four Horsemen, and of course the recent King of the Ring winner, Bob Ross, the champion, Bret Hart, and the other half of the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson. So those are your contestants. And of course this particular battle royal is that you can only eliminate your opponent by pinfall or submission. You can't throw them over the top rope. And simply because this is a championship match and you have to earn it this way. So those are the rules for the match. And with that said, let's see, like, who do you guys have? I'm going to give you guys a chance to pick who you think is going to win. I will give you about the next 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here we go. Do I have... You know what? I should. Let's see. Michael Hayes, says Rick. And You know what? I should put Magnum TA in there. I'll have to find someone to, quote, get rid of or release so I can put Magnum TA in there. I'll take that up to consideration, but no, he's not in there yet, but I should put him in. All right, on to the matchup. So, of course, it's going to be crazy at the start, but the champion is Bret Hart, so keep that in mind. I want to let you guys know that. Yeah, I'll consider putting him in there. Oh, nice takedown onto Bob Ross. I mean, of course it's going to be hectic at the start. Bret Hart going after one of the Killer Bees, and of course the Killer Bees and the Hart Foundation have no love lost for each other. I mean, you have both of the Rock and Roll Express in there, and I would have to think that Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton. Now, wait a minute. Bob Ross going for a submission on Tully Blanchard, but nothing going there. So Rick has Michael Hayes to win. It's still not too late to make a pick. Oh, nice clothesline onto Bret Hart. Ooh, nice forearm from off the second rope by Bob Ross. Gutbuster onto Bret Hart. A suplex onto Robert Gibson. I mean, there's so much. I mean, I could just go on, but really this match comes down to luck, and you have to be tough, and you have to be strong. But as this is going on, yeah, I really was surprised when the 16th seed beat a #1 seed. So, I mean, I've never seen it before. I never thought I'd ever see it. 1, 2, no, kick out by the champion, Bret Hart. But yeah, I never thought I'd see it, ever. But it happened, so I'm happy about that. And 1. Of course, if you have any other topics you can talk about, you can bring it up if you like. And a bulldog onto Robert Gibson. Now a pinfall on Robert Gibson. 1, 2, no. Oh, stroke of genius by Bob Ross to Tully Blanchard. Excuse me. And a pinfall on Paul Orndorff. 1, no. Well, there was this one time at band camp. Oh, Rex, what the hell are you doing here? For those of you who don't know, Blaze Radio also has or Blaze McCoy, that's the guy's real name, has a friend by the name of Rex Rapolsky. Rex sometimes talks on behalf of Blaze Radio. And wait, who tapped out? It was Brian Blair who tapped out. 1, no, kick out by Blanchard, but Brian Blair, one half of the Killer Bees, is gone. Oh, neck breaker onto Michael Hayes. You said we can talk about other stuff, so... Oh, you know, I kind of did say that. Now that you mention it, Rex. Styles Clash from Bob Ross. Oh, then the pile driver on Bret Hart. Rex sucks, yeah. And of course, one thing that does suck out of character is that the frame rate is so bad when there's like 7 or more people, not including the ref. 1. Oh, nice slingshot suplex on Paul Orndorff, who got... Wait. 1, 2... Nope. Yeah, Rex won't leave me alone. Sorry about that. Bye-bye, Brian Blair. By the way, he follows me on Facebook. So yeah, Rex Rapolsky is Blaze's friend. But he is funny as hell. I'll give him that. does a good job at being a jerk. And oh, and Rick, I should mention that Blaze Radio, you know what, Blaze, why don't you tell Rick about what happened recently? 1, 2. Because I'd rather you tell him, because I don't want to ruin it. But, yeah. Oh, fist drop onto the champion. I love you too, Ed. And thanks, I love being a jerk. Heh heh. I'm pretty sure you do, Rex. Well, so far after Brian Blair, we haven't had an elimination in quite a while, but... Okay. I'll do that. Alright, back to the matches. Oh, pinfall on Paul Orndorff. 1, 2. No, kick out by Paul Orndorff. Like, all 7 of these guys have what it takes to win. Including the Rock and Roll Express, if they just use the numbers game and not fight each other. But it is every man for himself, so that's how it is. And Mr. Wonderful, what's he doing? Goes for a figure 4 on Tully Blanchard. And Blanchard has tapped out, so Blanchard is eliminated. Meanwhile, a pile driver onto Robert Gibson from Bret Hart. Although Paul Orndorff with a pile driver of his own onto the champion, Bret Hart. Although he didn't go for the cover on Bret Hart, instead he pins Ricky Morton. 1, 2, 3, and out goes Ricky Morton. Meanwhile, Robert Gibson, 1, 2, 3, and out goes Bret Hart. Now they're starting to drop like flies. 1, 2, 3, and out goes Michael Hayes. So just like that, we are now down to 3. And Bob Ross was busted open. I didn't see how he got busted open there. But now the champion, Bret Hart, has been eliminated, which all but guarantees a new champion to be crowned upon the conclusion of this match. So now we have Robert Gibson, one half of the Rock and Roll Express. You have Paul Orndorff, and yes, Bob Ross. So, sorry, Rick, if your guy Michael Hayes didn't win. But it was a great effort on his part. And, well, it looks like Paul Orndorff is going reverse on the treadmill. And Feck, no, you haven't fought yet. In fact, this is only the second match out of 5 officially for this show. But as always, we'll do bonus matches towards the end of the show, so stay tuned, though. Anyway, meanwhile, a spinning neckbreaker onto Bob Ross, the King of the Ring. 1, 2, no, kick out by the King of the Ring, this year's King of the Ring tournament winner, Bob Ross. Of course, he would love to add the television championship to that resume. 1, 2, no, kick out by Paul Orndorff. Oh, now, I'm just noticing that both Gibson and Orndorff are going after Bob Ross. I mean, I guess they just realized how much of a threat he really is. And I'm not sure what Bob was going to do, but he didn't get to do it. A running bulldog. But just like that, Gibson just went after Orndorff. And now Orndorff, for the 3rd time, a pile driver onto Robert Gibson. But now turns his attention to Bob Ross. And Mr. Wonderful Drops him head first on the turnbuckle. Now rams his arm. And Bob, nope, escapes. I guess he had some grease in his hair. But then again, of course you have to have that if you're going to get a perm. Then again, I don't know what is in Bob Ross's hair. Rex, what do you think about Bob Ross's afro? 1, 2, no, kick out by Robert Gibson. I'll tell you one thing, Gibson is showing us how tough he is. And in the meantime, Bob Ross going for the calf crusher. And Paul Orndorff taps out, and now we're down to Bob Ross and Robert Gibson. I mean, can the reigning King of the Ring, Bob Ross, win this thing? Uh-oh. Going for it. The Styles Clash. And that busted open Robert Gibson. 2, 3, and the winner of this Battle Royal. Well, here's some of the highlights before I get to that. Very good move on Bob Ross's part. I mean, this is just, the action was crazy. And, I mean, guys were getting eliminated. There was the first elimination, though, by Brian Blair. But the winner of the match and new television champion, although what the hell happened to the belt? Are you serious? Wow, what? Okay, let me go out of character for a moment. Okay, what the hell is wrong with 2K18? Sometimes this crap happens. I'm like, what the hell happened to the belt? But whatever, I'm not going to cry about it. All right, back in character now. There's going to be a happy title with some happy trees tonight, LOL. That's right, Rick. Right. Okay, but nonetheless, Bob Ross is the winner. But of course, we have a traditional over-the-top rope battle royal. And of course, the one who wins gets an opportunity at the television champion on the next show. But that is the next show that features these guys, of course, the superstars of 1970 to 1989. But really, among the alumni that have ever wrestled in Jim Crockett Productions, or Promotions, I should say, excuse me, was Jake the Snake, because he wrestled there in 1983, and then parts of 84, and then he went to Mid-South, then it became UWF, and then he made his way to the World Wrestling Federation, and pretty much the rest is history. But we also have James Bond, that would be Timothy Dalton's Bond, Bam Bam Bigelow, Chuck Norris, Typhoon, and the NWA United States champion, Mr. Rogers. How's it going, Malaki Atwell? How's it going, man? Oh, I forgot to hit the accept button. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Alright, match underway. And of course, the rules are over the top rope. Very simple. And if Mr. Rogers wins, he would get an opportunity at Dusty Rhodes for the heavyweight title. Or the world title, I mean. Alright. But anyway, it's nice to see you, Mr. Atwell. We have Jake the Snake going after Bam Bam Bigelow. You have 007 with Chuck Norris. And oh my god, I didn't see Mr. Rogers get eliminated by Typhoon. It happened so quick, I just didn't know. Hey, what's up, guys? Nice to see you. Been watching some good stuff, bro. Oh, okay, so you guys are talking to each other. Alright. Well, now Bam Bam going after Chuck Norris. Oh, yeah, that's right. they would fight each other later on in time. And Bam Bam going right after 007. And a power slam on Jake the Snake. 007 celebrating, but he better not... Can you make me a mod? I only make people that I trust as a mod, so... Like, I trust Blaze and among others, but I don't just make anybody a mod, so nothing against you personally, it's just... It's really up to it's really up to me, though, to do that. And then a kick, or rather, a trip down to Browntown. I think that's what Pete says. But, yeah. I mean, thank you for asking, but, you know... But... I have to be the one that decides to do that. So, yeah. Anyway, you can trust me. Well, you see, like, I have barely, like, really, it's up to me to do that, to, you know, decide, so, and like I said, it's nothing against you, but, you know, like, in other words, don't ask to be a moderator. That's the number one thing I should mention. Okay. Now Bam Bam going after 007, and like Bam Bam as well as Typhoon have to be the favorites. Although I wouldn't count out Chuck Norris though. And Bam Bam, what's he doing? A choke slam onto 007, and James Bond is gone. And a powerbomb onto Chuck Norris, and now... Exactly. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Alright, back to the match. Typhoon now has Bam Bam in trouble, but Bam Bam fights out of it. Meanwhile, Jake the Snake... Yes, I am doing universe mode. That's right. Meanwhile, Jake the Snake doing a number on Chuck Norris. Now Jake the Snake turns his attention to Bam Bam Bigelow. And one of these guys could face off against Bob Ross for the television championship the next time we have a show like this. And a power slam, and oddly enough, Typhoon was the previous champion before Bret Hart as television champion. Of course, this is going to be a battle here of attrition. Gonna have to get some water after this. And eliminated is Jake the Snake Roberts. And Chuck Norris in trouble. And Typhoon is going to help Bam Bam Bigelow. And out goes Chuck Norris. Yo, my man Doug. Awesome. And now we're down to the two big men. So yeah, usually, you know, wait. Over the top rope goes Typhoon. But Bam Bam was unable to stop him or to knock him off the apron. And now going for the crank of the head to Typhoon. Nice back body drop. Well, hopefully you get your internet fixed. I really hope so. You get that your internet gets fixed. Oh, woo. Oh. I wasn't sure what you were trying to... Oh, woo. Okay. But anyway, two of the big men still remaining. In fact, these are the two biggest men coming into this match, and they're the last two. So both these guys, they weathered the storm, and now they just have to weather each other. And Bam Bam, oh, butterfly backbreaker. And how many guys can you think of that can do that to Typhoon. I mean, Typhoon is like, what, close to 400 pounds? But so is this guy, Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, as Rick says, yeah, Bam Bam was very agile for a man his size. He was... I'm surprised he was never the World Wrestling Federation champion. Because I honestly thought that, you know, Bam Bam would be a champion at some point. Excuse me. Now going to the top rope, but he missed. And Typhoon, bear hug slam. And over and out goes Bam Bam Bigelow, and Typhoon has won the match. Well, here's the move that did in Bam Bam Bigelow. He went for a splash, but he missed. Then there was that bear hug slam. Oh, you're back. Okay, cool. Great, great. And then, not long after that, thrown over and out goes Bam Bam Bigelow. And Typhoon is now the #1 contender for the television championship and has a chance to regain the title after he lost it to Bret Hart. So congratulations to Typhoon. All right, let's go to our next match. All right. Okay, that was kind of weird. I was looking at the chat, though. All right. So, our next match is a special attraction match, and what we have is, let me go over here. We have from right to left, Larry Zbyszko and Ivan Koloff, 2 alumni of Jim Crockett Promotions, and they are going to be going up against 2 game show legends. First, on the far left, you have Bob Barker, host of The Price is Right, and next to him, Alex Trebek. Ultimately, the guy that replaced Fabulous Moolah that I had on my roster, because when I found out about what the Fabulous Moolah did in real life, I had to release the Fabulous Moolah because I did not want to associate with trash, or trash to associate with me. So I had to get rid of the Fabulous Moolah for that reason. And I'm happy that WWE, in a rare moment of lucidity, decided to drop the name from the Battle Royal. So they did the right thing. You'll take Trebek for 100, please. Well, let's see. Oh, I got one for you, Blaze. Well, here's Alex Trebek. So there's Trebek for 100. I'm just typing something here. There we go. There's the clue. Donkey, what does that mean? I don't know. So yeah, there's the clue. So there's Alex Trebek in all his glory with the little mini fro and that epic mustache that he has. And some people have said that, or rather some men have said that they would kill to have a mustache like Alex Trebek. And you know what? I probably would too, but I wouldn't kill any of you guys. Better, actually, I wouldn't even kill at all. But I'd be tempted to, especially with a mustache like that. But that's neither here or there. And of course, the correct response to the clue that I just gave you is who is Bob Barker? Yes. So yeah, I was kind of giving you a clue for fun, Blaze, in case you didn't know, but anyway, Bob Barker going to team up with Alex Trebek. And little out of character for a moment. I tried to get his face to look as close to Bob Barker as I possibly could, but it's kind of hard to make the face look just like Bob Barker. I mean, some people can do it. I just couldn't do it, but I tried. I'm not even going to comment on that. But I would have screwed up and now said, who is lol? Yeah. Anyway, here's an alumnus in Ivan Koloff. I forgot about Bob after he whooped Happy Gilmore's ass. You know what? I probably should get Adam Sandler too while I'm at it. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah. But yeah, Ivan Koloff, of course, his greatest claim to fame is that he won. Oh, not a problem, not a problem. It's the hard swears, like, or not swears, I should say. Like, I had a guy who was talking about intercourse or something like that. Like you can swear, you know, not profusely, but you're allowed to swear. But the thing is, like, when it comes to intercourse questions, like sex ed or something like that, no, I'm not going there. But yeah, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But then again, that's why I have Blazed Radio as a moderator, for that reason. You could get Shooter McCarnegie, but not Shooter McGavin. I could do that. Yeah, I could. Anyway, here's another alumnus in Larry Zbyszko. That guy got problems. If you mean like, I forgot that guy's name, but the guy who was talking about intercourse questions, yeah. But ultimately, yeah, just have respect in the chat and don't cross the line, as Blaze Radio has said. Okay, match underway. This is under Road Warrior rules, and it's simply no tags needed. And oh, that guy, yeah, that guy. Yeah, no tags needed. Pinfall or submission in the ring will win, and it's under sudden death rules, meaning the first person to get a pinfall or submission over anybody on the opposite team will win it for him and his teammate. It's as simple as that. We have Larry Zbyszko and Trebek at each other, while Bob is taking on the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. And a couple of elbows onto Bob Barker, then a gutbuster to Larry Zbyszko. Yes, that's exactly right, Rick. I couldn't have said it better myself. And ramming the arm of Larry Zbyszko. Meanwhile, Larry Zbyszko rammed into the turnbuckle. And a couple of shots right to Bob Barker, and down he goes. Crossface onto Larry Zbyszko, but broken up immediately by Ivan Koloff. Game show host win would be like a 16 beating a number 1 seed. Well, that might be true in real life, but you forget this is not real life, damn it. Although I kind of do pretend it is. Wink, wink. But in ancient history, Bob is a 5-time world champion, and Trebek has won the title 1 time. The world title, that is, in my company. It's my company's fictional history, in case you're wondering. But anyway, back to the match. Pinfall on Larry Zbyszko, 1. Well, it's not so much they're jacked, it's more so they have wrestling ability, in case you're wondering. But I mean, if you're talking about personalities, yeah, they're jacked. In that sense. Elbow drop onto Larry Zbyszko. Meanwhile, the Russian Bear working over Bob Barker. Oh, nice counter by to Zbyszko from Trebek. 1, 2. Ooh, almost had Larry Zbyszko there. And a whip into the corner goes the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. A knife edge chop. And Trebek as well as... Wait, Trebek, what's he doing? The Jeopardy twist. The Jeopardy twist. And is that enough? 1, 2, 3. Yep, the Jeopardy twist. Won it. So congratulations to Trebek and Bob Barker. Very good win. Nice takedown onto Larry Zbyszko. I mean, Trebek was doing a number on Zbyszko a couple of times, but here's the move. The Jeopardy twist onto Larry Zbyszko, and out of character, I should definitely give him a much better move than that one. But whatever. Jeopardy twist. It's just too bad I can't put custom music on. I really wish you could, but then I could see why you would get copyrighted and all that shit. It sucks, but whatever. But congratulations to the game show hosts. Incredible win by The Price is Right and Jeopardy. But up next is the main event, and it's up right now. So, Blazed already knows about this, but it is simply a grudge match. But the match is the most important part. That's right. True. And it is the most important part because we have a pure grudge match. Now, the story, for those of you that are wondering this, it all started when Animal abandoned his partner, Hawk, and left Hawk at a 2-on-1 disadvantage, and Hawk has not forgotten about it. Animal was quoted as saying, "Hawk has held me down from singles gold, and I am sick and tired of having to carry him simply because he cannot carry himself." Although, and not to mention the fact that Hawk did get a world championship opportunity at Ric Flair at the 1986 Great American Bash tour. If for those of you who had been watching your Jim Crockett Promotions, you would know that. So yeah, it all started through jealousy as far as Animal towards Hawk is concerned, and Hawk wants revenge. Currently, Animal leads the series 2-1 against Hawk. It's a best of 5, and if Animal wins, the feud is over and Animal is declared the victor. And Blaze disagrees by saying that it was Animal who held Hawk down. And speaking of Hawk, here he is. What a rush! I had to do it. So Animal, or excuse me, well, Animal is his opponent, but Hawk is going to take it slow. He knows he's going to be in for one hell of a fight. In fact, every single... Yeah, nice, glad you did. Animal was the power, but Hawk was no slouch, plus was the most of the team's personality. True. But in every single match that Hawk and Animal have had against each other, singles matches, at least one person has bled. I forgot who bled last time. I just know that Animal won the last one. And of course, Animal dressed in black, at least so that even I won't get confused. Well, there's Animal. And of course, Animal was how do I put this? At least Animal was had the decency to say, hey, yes, it was me who started this, but I'm also going to be the one that finishes it. So yeah, and plus Animal was also in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament that we had about this past Tuesday. I had to do a part 2 because I was kind of running out of time, but Animal made it all the way to the finals only to lose to Bob Ross. But tonight, it's all about payback. That's what's at stake. So here we go. The main event underway. Ooh, nice reversal by Hawk. One thing that is true is that as Hawk and Animal, as they got older and as they got wiser, they have added more and more amateur wrestling moves to their repertoire. So eventually they started incorporating amateur style wrestling moves in addition to, just beat 'em up style. And a gut wrench suplex on a Hawk, and how many guys can do that to Hawk? Very few, including Animal. And a spine buster to Animal, and how many guys can do that to him? And how many guys can do this? Hawk could, and he just did. And now going after the back. Now set up in a tree of woe. Nope, countered by Animal. Or counter. I can't even talk. I have peanut butter in my mouth. A counter by Animal. Or was it Hawk? Forgive me. Back to the match. Yeah, sometimes I tend to trip on my words. That happens every now and then. Alright. Oh, nice uppercut to Hawk and a takedown to Hawk. But of course, these guys are going to beat the hell out of each other until one of them is bleeding. That's usually how it goes. One, no. And if you're Hawk, you have to win this match to force it to a fifth and deciding match. And an elbow onto Hawk. And Animal getting a bit of confidence and just plowing down Hawk. but a neck breaker onto Animal. Then a clothesline on Animal. And the neck breaker. That's his finishing maneuver. Is that it? 1, 2. Yeah, it was not going to be that easy. I'm sorry. Hawk, you're going to have to do more than that to Animal if you're going to win. And a shoulder tackle to Hawk. The jumping splash. Now going right after Hawk. And I'll tell you one thing. These guys, of course, they know each other very well. I mean, they know what the other's going to do before they do it. So it's really just going to come down to execution. They know what they need to do. I mean, what a feather in the cap it would be for Animal to stick it right to Hawk. But at the same time, Hawk wants revenge. And Blade Charge, how's it going, my friend? You did a great... I might as well mention that Blade Charge did a great job with his show yesterday. If you want to see it, check out the replay on his channel. And Animal, what's he doing? What the hell? Okay, what? Okay, Animal, why the hell were you dancing? Like, you were just going back and forth like an absolute fool. One. But I'm like, what the hell, Animal? Well, now Hawk is back in this. All because Animal was fooling around. But anyway, Blade Charge, how's it going, my friend? A leg drop on the Animal. And Hawk, yeah, from all the beating he's taken, is already tired. But then again, both these guys are not known to put on Broadways. In other words, they're not known to put on like 60-minute matches. I mean, they just go in and beat the hell out of people and just leave. Well, that's not the case, because you have two guys that are equal in every single way. One, but Lily? Who's Lily? Anyway, a shoulder claw to Animal. Oh, but Animal fights back. I am okay. Got done with work at 3 p.m. Went out shopping for a bit. Oh, that's wonderful. I guess you were shopping for Speranza, your lady friend. Yeah, Blade Charge has a lady friend, and Speranza is she's pretty cute. I'm gonna say that. And a military press slam onto Hawk from Animal. Now going for... No, wait. Oh, jeez, Blade. Sorry, TJ. Blade is in love with some... I'm actually not going to go there. 1, 2. Whoa. While I was reading that, I almost didn't see Hawk get the win. Again, going right after the arm, and Rex and Speranza are dating. Oh, wow. So yeah, they have a date on the side. So yeah, they're dating on the side, if you didn't know. But right now, Hawk is in a little bit of trouble. But just as I say that, he gets out of it. And so far, neither one has bled yet. One. No. But I would have to think that whoever bleeds will win most of the time. Yeah, exactly, to Jew. I roll. Thanks, Blaze. I kid. A clothesline on Animal, and Hawk is slowly but surely getting back into this. And Shooter Carnegie, how's it going? I was at Shooter's stream not too long ago, and he did a good show. He had a great show. I didn't see who won the tag team titles in his Fed. But meanwhile, Hawk, I mean, he had a hot shot on Animal. 1, 2, no. I mean, both these guys are putting on a hell of a performance. And going for it again, another neck breaker. But is this it? 1, 2, 3, and Hawk has won. And with this, Hawk has tied the feud. This best of 5 series, 2 matches to 2 over Animal, so it's tied at 2-2. And we will have a 5th and deciding match to be determined at a later time between these two men. And the next time these two I can't even talk. And the next time that these two Road Warriors meet, this time the circumstances will be different. I'm gonna have to get some water because obviously I have peanut butter in my mouth, or milk, I should say. And Rick, as well as Blaze, have got to be happy about this because Hawk has won and has tied the series up. And Dave Meltzer, the guy that is doing the ratings for the game, gave it 4 stars out of 5 for an amazing match. It really was. And what more can I say about this? But that is the end of our show, yeah. Oh, I won't spoil who won. Yeah, I'll have to watch it then, Shooter. But now it is time for our bonus matches. So, and yeah, we're gonna do some bonus matches. Let's see. Do we? Yeah, we have time for it. So let me go to, if this thing will load fast enough. But yeah, we'll have some bonus matches, and we're going to have mainly the people that were in the chat that I have characters of, including Rick XTN. Blaze, I would love to add you to my universe in addition to Magnum TA at some point. But for now, all I have is Rick and Jared, who was... Oh, and McButternugget 1. So yeah, Jared, McButternugget 1, and Retro Rick are the 3 guys that I have wrestlers of that I can do a match with. And you guys can also suggest any other matchups or any dream matches that you want to see. So, but let's start with Rick. Rick, what kind of match would you like to have? And up against who? I'll give you guys a moment to think about that. So yeah, Magnum, I intend to add Magnum because, you know, Magnum is just, he's cool. Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought that when he had that injury that ended his career, that it just, it was devastating because, you know, that was Jim Crockett Promotions' next big champion, and because of that accident, it killed so much momentum that he had built up to that point. So yeah, I'll give you some more time right now. Yeah, imagine what could have been. Yeah, that's something that always kills me is what if. But let's see, I'll go for a 4-way pinfall. Pinfalls anywhere. You choose the opponents. Okay. Just wanted to add that little. But since you picked, all right, let's go for a 4-way then. Okay, falls count anywhere. All right. just like Waylon Mercy. What if kills me? Oh yeah, I remember Waylon Mercy. He was supposed to be, or he was the predecessor to Bray Wyatt. In other words, he was what Bray Wyatt would have been if Waylon Mercy had continued. Wait, someone's knocking at my door. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about... Oh, shoot. Ah, excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright, so someone knocked at the door, but they left. Whatever. Okay. Alright, let me choose Rick. XDN. So yeah, this is what Rick looks like. And Rick, I would like for you guys, or I would like... It would be nice for you to check out Blaze Radio as well as Shooter and some of these other guys, as well as Blade Charge, and likewise to check out Rick XDN. Yes. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family really had something going until WWE broke them apart and screwed things up. They always do. They always do. Jonas B. Hi there. Oh, it was you, Rex. Jerk. Okay, as for your opponents, let's see. I'm just going to go through and see who I would pick. Oh, I know. Jarrett742, who was in the chat earlier. So, oh yeah, and Rick. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I may as well, let me give you a couple of shout-outs. First and foremost, Shooter, the best way to describe Shooter is that he has a good mix of original creations as well as in-game wrestlers. However, he does a ranking system based on points, and the more points you have, the more likely you are to get a championship opportunity for those titles. That's how Shooters works. Blaze Radio, the best way to describe it is, well, I think Blaze should probably describe his, but for Rick XDN, his wrestling series is XDW, and the way it works is you go on either a Facebook or I forgot what was the name of that other or board host. That's it. So you would either go to board host or Facebook under Rick XDN. Rick will have the matchups. It's basically a ladder tournament format. Winners move up, losers move down, but your votes determine the match types. So that's practically what it is. So yeah, do check him out, and do check out the board host, because that's how you're going to vote for the matches. And if you have any other questions, you can ask Rick. And Rick, likewise, you can ask Shooter as well as Blazed how it all works. So with that said, let's continue picking some other people. The only other person that was here was McButternugget John. And Rick, you're really going to hate me for this one. But I'm going to do it. And that is Donald Trump. Yes. And let's see. Oh, perfect. WCW. Actually, let me pick something else. Oh, I'm sorry, Blaze. Yeah, new school meets old school, or old school meets new school. Show style wrestling, all original commentary, characters, and storylines. Awesome. Oh no, you did. Yes, I did. I figured, you know, put somebody you hate so that way you can beat them up. There you go. That's practically how it works for Blaze's channel. Let's see. It's going to be elimination style. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, let's get started right now. All right, best of luck to you, Rick, as well as John, who is on the left, and Jarrett, as well as, or not as well as the president. I'm not even gonna go too far on that. Thanks again, TJ. You rock, bro. Oh, thank you. I mean, I'll tell you one thing, Blaze, he sets the world on fire on his show. Which is kind of ironic because there's fire on the screen. Bahaha, you're going to like my new trucker character next season. I made a Trump supporter hat wearing guy, but it says he's going to make trucking great again. Well, I would much rather have someone like that instead of, you know, Trump. In fact, anybody is better than Trump, I'll say that. And we're in Birmingham, England for this one. There he is, the retro cutter himself. Retro Rick, XTN. Who wouldn't like to, yeah, in fact, that's why I have Trump in the company, because he makes such a great bad guy. I'm telling you. We in England, well then cheers. Yep. Cheerio, mates. All right. Just had to fit my earphones there. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, Rick is from Kansas City. Well, from Austin, Texas, I give to you the man that is Mr. Persona. In large part because he's a fan of the Persona series, which in itself is a sub-series of Shin Megami Tensei. I give to you Jarrett742. And it is said that he looks a lot like Ryuji Sakamoto from Persona 5. And his in-game character is Skull, and that's why he's wearing a skull mask to the ring. And I have to tell you, he looks real badass. Well, now he has the mask off. Hey, that's the best thing you can do. Thank you, man. And thank you for helping Rick as well, Shooter and Blaze. And also, the person that was in the chat earlier was McButternugget1, John. I mean, he really does look good in his suit, does McButternugget1. And of course, he has the McGrumps series. His stuff is much different than each of you guys, because he does collabs with some of his friends, which also include me. Hey, not a problem, Shooter. But really, though, so yeah, his content is much different than Rick, Blaze, and Shooter's. So if you want something different, you can check him out, McButternugget1. I'll just type it in the chat so that you can look him up later. There we go. And last, but definitely least, the President of the United States, Donald Trump. And of course, I'm just going to say this. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if the people voted against his party just to stick it to him. And I would very well encourage that you vote for this upcoming midterm election. But, I mean, I don't hate the man so much that I would want to hurt him, but at the same time, though, I mean, his policies are just not... I just don't agree with the way he does things, among other things. Like, I can go on and on, but I don't want to make this a political show. So, with that said, let's get started. Yeah, oh, Rick. Oh, you know what? I should do this. Out goes John, and let me do something really quick. And Rick, I do trust you. There you go. So, Rick, you can share with Blaze and Shooter your board host, so that way they can save it on their computer as a shortcut. So there you go. All right, back to the match. On the outside, you have Rick and John. On the inside of the ring, you have Trump and Jared. Yep, there it is. Oh, I think you forgot to add the WW, but no problem. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Exactly. Right now, Trump and Rick are putting the boots to their opponents. But then Jarrett turns it around on Trump. Oh, you were helping your dad. Okay, no problem. Oh, nice takedown from off the top rope by Jared. Anyway, back to the match. Oh, nice takedown on a Rick. Now, of course, this match can end up on the ramp, on the floor, maybe even backstage. And it looks like both Rick and John are going up on the stage. And now the referee has to be in the middle. And it looks like, well, I'm not sure where Jarrett was going, but a Styles Clash on Rick. A dropkick onto Jared. Oh, nice counter by Trump. A knee right to John. Oh, Facebook 2, you said? Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Yep, that's exactly right. And now it looks like Jared and... No, wait. Oh, that clothesline onto Trump. I'm surprised his toupee didn't fall off. And now Rick is going to get his hands on Trump and beat the hell out of him. And John takes down Jared, and then a dirty deeds onto Rick. And now, wait, what's Trump doing? The presidential slam onto Rick. Is that it for Rick? Referee out of position. 1, 2. No, kick out by Rick. That could have been it for him, but the referee was too far away. Now Trump turns his attention to Jared, but Jared fights back. And now a Texas Cloverleaf onto Rick. And Rick just tapped out to John. And now we're down to 3. So I'm very sorry, Rick, that you didn't get the win. But, well, now it is down to John, Jared, and Trump. Oh, a flapjack on the on the floor even. Oh, and a nice punch onto Trump. Wait. 1, 2, no. On your oh, nice. Wait, 1, 2, no. Kick out by Jared. Nice to see people are supporting each other. That's probably one of the #1 things I was hoping for when I was doing these types of things. So thank you guys. An electric chair drop onto Trump. But just when you think you have Trump in trouble, you don't. Although, wait. A spinning neckbreaker onto Trump. In fact, it looks like both John and Jared want to have Trump all to themselves. Now, wait a minute. Jared? The curtain call. That's what he calls that move that he just did. The curtain call. 1, 2, 3. And Trump has been eliminated by Jared. And Trump has been eliminated. So now... Oh, and the retro cutter? 1, 2. No, kick out by Jared. But Jared eliminated. Where's Bernie with a chair when you need him? Yeah. Thank goodness he took out the trash. Thank you. Yes. Well, anyway, we're now down to Jared and John. Jared is the blonde, and John is in the red suit. Oh, and now ramming the arm of Jared. He's busy selling free tickets, my ass. Oh, wait, pinfall on Jared. 1, 2. No, kick out by Jared. Well, now we're down to these two men. Now going for the Styles Clash, a la AJ Styles. I really hope he is Bernie. Oh, nice counter by Jared. Okay. I was just checking my phone. Oh, nice Falcon arrow onto Jared. Then a huge punch and a pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And that punch busted open Jared, and he got the 3 count and won. All right, well, here's some of the highlights of that match, of this match with... And there's John tapping Retro Rick out of the match. And then it came down to Trump. Oh, nice punch onto Trump. A Pope Oprah. I could do that, maybe. And Mr. Atwell is back. And... eventually, Trump was eliminated, and it came down to Jared, 742, and McButternugget 1 John, and in the end, it was John that won it. So congratulations to John on winning the match. Big win for him. That was an incredible bonus match. Amazing. Just amazing. All right. So, unless you guys have any other suggestions, that's going to do it for our show. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of time to think about it and let me know. Well, hey, if I could, I would be able to. You know what, Rick? You just gave me an idea, and this will definitely be the last match. Like I try to keep it to 2 bonus matches at the most. I need Bob Ross versus who do you have? Elimination Chamber. Okay. Confederate Boy, greetings from Germany. Uh-oh. Shooter, I'm afraid we're not going to have that match. Just because, we have someone from Germany. So because of that, I'm going to have to disqualify that. But we can do that some other time, I guess. Or rather, what would you like to see? Donald against the Retroholics? Or an Elimination Chamber featuring Bob Ross? So, whatever you guys want to see, let me know now, or speak, or forever hold your peace. Rick's will be good? Okay. Well, since Rick was the one that voted for it, okay then. I like to call this the insert person's name gets his ass kicked. Oh, you want an elimination chamber? Okay. All right. So Shooter says Rick's match. Confederate Boy says elimination chamber. So Rick, I guess you'll have to be the tiebreaker, or Blade can be the tiebreaker. Whoever gets this next vote will be the one that gets the match. So voting is 1-1. Yeah. The chamber. Okay, we'll do that then. All right. So let me get that then. Let's see. All right. Okay, so all right, so Bob Ross. Oh, yeah, random, of course. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I already featured Donald Trump, so I don't need to put him in again. But I understand that one of the people, I don't know, modern chamber or classic chamber? You know what? While you guys think about that, I'll just try to think of who should be in there. Arn Anderson, okay. Okay, even Blaze Sage Chamber, okay. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, Arn Anderson. Let's see, I'll use that version. Okay. So that's 2 down, 4 to go. Let me go back to where I was. I was at D. Alright, so I already had Donald Trump. I don't need to put him in again. Okay, classic sounds... Alright, so classic is up 1-0. Alright. So we have Harley Race, among others. True, true. Iron Smasher, Isaiah Goodman, alright. Classic, alright, so Classic, so far Classic is being out. And of course I do have Jake Bagwell, who is also associated with Blaze's promotion. So I guess I could put Jake Bagwell in there. But the guy that I was really thinking of putting in there was... Logan Paul. Yes. Harley Race? Yeah, I'll put Harley Race in there. There we go. Oh yeah, he has two attires. That one looks good. I'll go with that one. Put Jake in? Okay. Hang on a second. Okay, so Jake it is then. I come from Sacramento, California, in the United States. Alright then, I'll put Jake Paul in there. And he's got them swag glasses. Alright. Well, they asked for it. I wouldn't have put him in there if they hadn't asked for it. But Mr. Atwell, you can make a choice. If you know somebody you want to see in there, let me know. Oh yeah, that's right. I was at. Okay, this is where I was. Okay. Okay. And I was surprised as hell that Jeff Jarrett got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I was like, what? How could that be? Oh, Austin Aries. Okay. Austin Aries. Let's see. Okay, that one looks better. That one. Let's see. Oh, Kennedy. Oh, you meant to say Kenny Omega. Okay. You know what? Kenny Omega it is. By the way, his Alpha and Omega match was amazing. I will say that. All right, let me look at the custom rules for a moment. Okay, that one's fine. Let me see. No, that's fine. Yeah, falls count anywhere sounds good. Okay. Entrance interval. I guess I'll put it at 60. Sounds good. You're from Saxony in Germany. That's wonderful, man. Wonderful. Oh yeah, that's right. You said you wanted the classic chamber, so here we go. There's the classic style. But with that, let's get started. Put on KO. Oh, well, too late. Too late, but that's fine. But those are your 6 competitors. Man, I mean, I think you have Arn Anderson, who's the oldest, and then there's Bob Ross, or actually Harley Race, then Arn Anderson, then Bob Ross, then Austin Aries, and then Kenny Omega, and finally Jake Paul. Like, seriously, this is a mishmatch of talent. I could say like you have 5 talented guys, and then you have Jake Paul. Like, he and his brother are just like, I know some people like the Paul brothers. Like, I can understand, some people liking them, but I just don't condone what Jake's brother Logan did. I'm like, oh yeah, he might have thought it was funny. Yes, it is the last match, Mr. Atwell. Yes. My family was from Germany, but they moved here to America quite a few years before I was born. Oh, wow. I never would have guessed, Rick. I honestly didn't know that. But yeah, you learn something new from different people every day. Oh, you hate the Paul brothers. Yeah, but again, there's some people that still do from some weird reason. I don't know why it is. How do you find the independent wrestling scene in America? I would have to think that, like, it depends where you go. I would say, let me type it for you. Reality of Wrestling is perhaps one of the more premier independent wrestling promotions that is ran by Booker T. And he also has a YouTube channel for Reality of Wrestling, so if you want to see that, it's the premier independent wrestling scenes. Well, you know what? I'm gonna agree with that. And they can burn in hell for all they care. I mean, seriously, they would have to, they just have to get real with themselves, and they have to realize that what they did was wrong, and that they have to just learn from it, so that they never do anything stupid like they have done, both of them. Like, I can forgive them. Like, I'm not going to hold a grudge, because, when you hold a grudge, it's like poison. It just eats you alive. But are they bad people? Yeah, they've proven to be bad. But, yes, learn from their mistakes. That's exactly right. And the first person to enter is Arn Anderson. So he was lucky enough to start in the pod. And up next is... Who's up next? Started watching FCW from Season 1 last night. You're on episode 5 now. Awesome. Well, here we have Aries. Austin Aries. I honestly thought that he should have been the Cruiserweight champion at some point. I mean, I'm happy that he's doing well in outside the WWE, but I would have to think that at some point Impact Wrestling, it really has not done well. And he should have, yes. I mean, like, Impact Wrestling, or Total Nonstop Action Wrestling as it used to be known as, it used to be great. It used to be. But it sucks, yes. I'll have to check out House of Hardcore some other time. Now here's another wrestling league that Rick is also suggesting. Look up NWL, the National Wrestling League. And they too have a YouTube page, so if you want to see that, you can check it out. Another person that drew a pod is the legend of Missouri. Missouri's greatest wrestler in Harley Race. Without a doubt, Harley Race, probably the greatest of all time. And after that stunt in Japan, I started to dislike the Paul brothers. Well, to be honest, I didn't even give a damn about the Paul brothers, but ever since they did what they did, I was like, the hell with them. I'm going to put them in my wrestling league so I can get people to beat up on them. Oh, and also, if you watch NWL, you'll hear a drum during the chants. That's me. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. You said you went to a show one time. But while that's happening, I give you perhaps the greatest wrestler and greatest free agent on the market that has not wrestled in WWE, but has made a huge name for himself in New Japan. He is the Omega in Alpha and Omega, the leader of the Elite, Kenny Omega. Never liked the Paul brothers. One time, I go to 2 or more each month. I haven't missed a television taping episode yet. Damn, Rick. I mean, you must have either you must have season ticket passes, or you must be loaded, my friend. Or who knows? Maybe they might have hooked you up or something. I don't know. I think Jericho. Yeah, they're both from. Actually, I don't know if Omega's from Winnipeg. I know that Jericho is. But now you have Bob Ross, who is going disco. But then again, Bob Ross, he can do whatever he wants because he's Bob Ross, damn it. I mean, look at Bob Ross just busted a move. Look at him. Well, unfortunately for Bob, he's going to be the one that starts the match. So, not very good for him, but I have to credit the person that created this particular custom of Bob Ross. He did great. Yeah, okay, so he is from Winnipeg, is Omega, and I mean, but seriously though, the Alpha and Omega match, incredible match. Not loaded, but I'm a Fight Club member. Monthly charge, get you into shows wherever they are. And, well, speaking of the Paul brothers, there he is, right there. Okay, I'm a Fight Club member, monthly charge. You get into shows wherever they are. Mine is $50 a month, front row. $25 per show unless I get to go to a third or fourth in a month. Bob Ross can paint all the wrestlers on the ground and him on top during on a throne. Okay. I think White Dude Jay has a good run in New Japan Wrestling. Awesome. 34, getting up there. How much time is there left for him? See if he gets in WWE. I would love to see him in WWE, but knowing WWE, they probably would screw him up. I would think. But it looks like it's going to be Bob Ross and Jake Paul starting the match. All right, match underway. We have 1 minute intervals for each competitor. Not too long, not too short. And now we'll see if Bob Ross is going to kick his ass, as we are using the classic chamber and a powerbomb onto Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is going to get his. Yeah. Well, go Bobby. It's funny, all this hate for the Paul brothers, and I don't know a thing about them. Well, the thing is, Jake has a tendency to run his mouth and say things that he shouldn't have, and it gets him into a whole lot of trouble. And Blade Charge or anybody else in the chat can explain to Rick what Logan did. But yeah, Jake has been known to run his mouth on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. But as that happens, Kenny Omega is number 3. And that gives Jake Paul a chance to rest as Bob Ross goes to work. Nice back elbow onto Bob Ross from Jake Paul. And Omega and Paul double teaming Bob Ross, albeit just for the moment though, so it just goes to show there are no friends in a match like this. But, wait, pinfall, 1, no. And who's up next? It is Austin Aries, and it looks like Paul is going to meet him. But then Jake gets thrown right back inside the ring. And of course on the outside you have metal grates, a metal floor. And Bob Ross going for the stroke of genius on Kenny Omega. But I guess to answer your question, Rick, as to, what happened with Logan Paul, Logan was in Japan, and he was in a forest, and he filmed a video in front of a corpse of a dead body, and he was with his friends, and he was joking around at the expense of the person that had hung himself. And this started a firestorm of hate towards Logan, at the very least. And while that's happening, here's Arn Anderson. So basically, the Paul brothers are a bunch of absolute jerks and idiots who just have a tendency to run their mouths and do stupid things. And instead of owning up to it, they just, well, actually they have owned up to it. It just hasn't come off as sincere, so to speak. I'm not a fan of the new Chambers look. I do like that 2K18 has both to choose from. Yeah, I don't mind the new look, personally, but it's good that you can do a classic one. Nice. And of course, the last person to come in is Harley Race. So Harley Race has the advantage. Now all 6 men are in, and it looks like Race going right after Jake Paul. Meanwhile, Aries and, well, actually 2 double A's. Like, you have double A Arn Anderson and A double Austin Aries going at each other. So how apropos is that? And Kenny Omega, well, he went inside the ring only to leave. And out goes, or in comes, Bob Ross. Omega Driver onto Austin Aries on the outside. 1, 2, 3, and out goes Austin Aries after that Omega Driver on the steel floor. I think everyone in the ring hates Jake Paul. I would think they would. Fun fact, I once sold pizza to Harley Race around 1997 here in KC, Missouri. Oh yeah, one of your odd jobs that you used to do. It was awesome. Pinfall, 1. No, kick out by Kenny Omega. And a knee right to Jake Paul, and it looks like Arn Anderson's going after Jake Paul. Well, if it isn't the Rock Hawk 64, what's up, man? And of course, and guys, meet my good friend Rock Hawk 64. He streams on Twitch, but he also has a YouTube channel as well. But it's great to have you on the show, and you just got off of work. Awesome. Oh, nice land by Jake Paul. 1, 2, 3, and wow! Arn Anderson got eliminated by Jake Paul, of all people. Jake Paul! And he's still in the match, as is Bob Ross. Wait, Bob won. No. And meanwhile, inside the ring, a powerbomb onto Harley Race. 1. No. Good stream, by the way. Oh, thank you, Blade Charge. I appreciate it. And what? What the hell? Harley Race just tapped out to Jake Paul, and the last 3 men are the first 3 men in the match. What the hell? Meanwhile, Bob Ross now going for the man who entered number 3 in the chamber. has just tapped out to Bob Ross, and what in the hell? The last two guys in the ring are the first two guys to start the match. And it's come down to Bob Ross and Jake Paul. What in the hell have we got ourselves here? And wait a minute. Bob Ross, is he going to go for it? No, wait. Countered by Jake Paul. Paul whips him into the corner. Oh, and he bitch slapped him like the little bitch he is. But wait a minute. What's Jake Paul doing? Oh, the double knee onto the sternum. Is that it? 1, 2, no. Kick out by Bob Ross. Now whipped into the corner again. Nope, this time swatted away. A snap suplex onto Jake Paul. And is that enough? 1, 2. Oh, just very, very close for Jake Paul. Oh, nice enziguri onto Jake Paul. And wait, what the hell's wrong with his shoes? Oh, I get it. Because of the fact that he's lost revenue, his shoes are broken, and he hasn't been able to afford, like, awesome shoes. What the hell? Seems everybody here is rooting for Bob Ross. Well, hell, I'm going to root for him, too. Even though I really should be impartial. Nice tornado DDT onto Jake Paul. Oh, he's going to go for the stroke of genius onto Jake Paul, then an elbow onto the head of Jake Paul. And Bob Ross, of course, the match is taking a toll on him, but this could be the end of Jake Paul. And Bob Ross is going to go for it. He's going to go for the Styles Clash. And 1, 2, 3. And Bob Ross has went the distance alongside Jake Paul. And here you see some of the highlights from this match. I mean, it was going back and forth. I'll have to read that when we get through these replays. But the winner of this match, who went the distance alongside Jake Paul, and is the winner, the man with the afro, the power of the afro, Bob Ross. Let's see. In a recent NWL street fight, one guy did basically that stroke of genius move, but had a brick taped to his leg. Oh, wow. Afro power, baby. All right, guys. Good stream. Have a good day. Bye. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just going to close it off. I just want to finish out this little victory scene here. But Bob Ross won 2 matches. One was an official match to become the television champion. And then he just won this match by last eliminating Jake Paul, of all people. I mean, that was so close that Jake Paul almost won. But with that said, that was the last match. And stay tuned either tomorrow, or actually I think more Monday. Stay tuned Monday. We'll have a show on Monday at around the same time, 12 o'clock, if not, well, or excuse me, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, if not 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So that's what I'm going to be aiming for. But until then, this is the Blue Toad to Jew 22 signing off, and thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. Do tell your friends about it, and do also check out each other. Like, for example, check out Confederate Boy, check out the Rockhawk. Likely won't be here on Monday. Okay, no problem. And but yeah, do check each other out. But until then, stay tuned as I am about to go check out Pillar to Post's stream. In fact, as of this time, he is doing a stream as we speak. So there's his name. You can type it out. But until then, have a good night. Have a good day. Take care. And God bless, or whichever deity that you worship, if at all. But with that said, peace.